Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I hope everyone is doing okay. Okay. Well, today was nice because I found 2 decent teacups. I moved, it was a few years ago, and I made the super bad decision to donate my teacups and my tea party stuff, thinking I could always find new stuff. No, I couldn't find any new stuff. I couldn't find any stuff. I was wiped out. Okay, take a look at this. I got these for $3 each. There's the saucer, and there is the teacup. These are really cute. These are Japanese. They're not too expensive, and they're not too high quality, but they're a lot better than anything I had. I don't think these are fine bone china or any such thing, but they sure are nice compared to what I'm happy, you guys. Doesn't take much to make me happy. Okay, this video is 2 vital foods, shunning fresh foods and vegetables, and why keep stockpiling. Okay, let's start out with why keep stockpiling. This channel is mostly about stockpiling food. And it's not just because, of a nuclear attack. It's just more convenient. You have food in your house. You don't have to constantly go shopping. And so I'm going through the food, and it's taking forever. And I am boxing the food up week by week. And I thought, okay, I got an easy one for this week's box. Okay, so at one point, I used to find these all the time. And so I got a set of these. And of course, I broke them to bits, thinking I could always find some new ones. And I can't. Okay, so tonight, I like this beef stew from Dollar Tree, $1.25, and it had a long expiration date, and when this stuff is fresh, it's pretty good. So, I won't mind eating this one single bit. Uh-oh. What a lousy presentation we've got going on here. Okay, so, here it is, your basic beef stew. You can make it yourself, but it's easy. It's easy to buy a Dollar Tree meal. Okay, so I thought, why not go in your stockpile for this week and get out 7 cans? Okay, so that's what I did. So I got a can of hot chili. I got some pork and beans. Those are always good with hot dogs. I got some Hormel chicken tamales. I got some corned beef hash. This is more than enough food for one person. And I got some mini raviolis and some savory chicken and brown rice soup. So that is stockpiling for a week. So for this month, did I get that on my, last night it was a wreck. I don't know what the problem was. Okay, I'm going to set this back here out of the way. It's not just about, running out of food. It's about maybe you don't feel like cooking. It wasn't that I didn't feel like cooking, but I had a good idea. So what happened was, I found this bread recipe, and I really love it because you can make a small batch. And this is a new bread recipe, and it's the most like my grandmother's bread that I have ever come up with. It's more substantial. I still made a very soft dough, but it just turned out, it's really good. And you can make it in a matter of minutes. So see this? So It could be crackers too. I store, so this month I'm going to store about one can of a canned meal. I like to get them at Walmart. Today was pizza day, but I had between the 2 weeks, I had an entire pizza and not much room in my freezer. So I thought I'm going to pass on the pizza for this week. But that is a fabulous deal at Ralph's. So this is some homemade butter I made. I just put it in the blender and I blended it, and it was Walmart heavy cream, and it all blended up. And then some time ago I bought this honey at Dollar Tree. I like to keep honey on hand because this is a new one, because I make granola, maybe tomorrow. So I like to eat honey. Okay, so in our family, it was always potatoes, meat and potatoes, or bread and butter for dinner. That's what I like to eat. Not that I don't eat other stuff, but look at me, I'm pretty healthy eating this way. And my dad's side all lived really old and fairly healthy. I mean, like some of them up towards 100. My dad died very young, so that was a shock. It was unexpected. You know, that's what you get for living a healthy lifestyle. So here is my bread and butter. In our family, every meal was bread and butter. So what happened is I bought a food grinder, and it had an old-fashioned bread recipe on it, and I better copy it before I lose it. 3 1/2 cups flour. I used half a batch. And then I mixed a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That's it. Then 1/2 cup hot water, and I added a teaspoon of sugar because your yeast is going to rise better, and 2 teaspoons of yeast. And I noticed that the recipe that the guy gave, which was this recipe, well, it didn't rise, and these did. These were, I had this idea to make bigger pieces of bread because yesterday I made those fry breads and they were so good, and one just hit the spot. So so then I put 1/2 cup, not hot, I cooled it down to about 100 degrees, or like a warm bath. I added a teaspoon of sugar and 2 teaspoons of yeast. And at some point in the past, I bought this yeast, 2 of them. And then, you know, I mixed it all together. I kneaded it into a very soft dough. And then I just made 4 biscuits or 4 pieces of bread, and I raised them one time and baked them. So in our family, it was always yeast bread. But it doesn't take much to always have fry bread, biscuits, or yeast bread. So let me give you, here's the recipe. And I bake 350. Okay, so that is the food storage. Okay, now this next part is about shunning fresh fruit and vegetables. So I've noticed on the social media that a lot of people are shunning fresh vegetables because, like, the quality is awful. It doesn't taste good. It's expensive. It's some of the highest inflation out there. So they're just eating fresh, frozen, or canned. I notice the bodybuilders do that too. It's chicken, rice, and broccoli, or green beans sometimes. I don't think that's a good idea. If you see these fruits back here, and some vegetables. I'm looking for more. I look around and I find a discount place. Like I buy them at Ralph's or Smart and Final for $1 a bag, because there's a lot of nutrients that are lost when you, and also they put chemicals on the stuff, even frozen, you know, to keep the stuff green. So it's not a good idea. I mean, we all kind of know that, right? That like, I am like the cheapest person I've ever met, but I know that if I eat processed food, it's going to kill me. And so I'm doing the life extension thing. So I'm just going for basic food, but I'm still doing the food storage. So today I bought two of, this is a month's worth, and it's not cheap. This is $9.98, but these are $20 bags of fruit, and I get them at Grocery Outlet. This one is peanuts, which I use to make peanut butter. If they're good quality peanuts like this, you don't have to roast them. Pineapple tidbits, which gives me some vitamin C, and coconut chunks, and the coconut chunks are really good. And then I bought 2 bags of these, and this one was $12.99, and I thought they're not going to mark these down anytime soon. And this one is mangoes, which I use on the sticky rice, yellow watermelon, tangerines, and pineapples. So there's a little citrus in there. No nuts. So maybe that's why this one was more expensive. And then I bought 2 of these. This is one. I just have one left because I actually don't mind fruit if it's dehydrated, but I don't need a lot of fruit. This one's was about $3.99, but it's only enough for 15 servings. And then I bought 2 of these from Dollar Tree. How many ounces is this? 5 ounces. These are about a pound, but these are really good. These are banana chips, raisins, dried, I don't know what that is, dried pineapple and dried coconut. But this is just enough for a nice small batch of granola. So I'm going through the food storage, and I want to make sure. So with the fruit, I have the canned fruit, you know, all this food. I have enough fruit for 6 months, because you can generate some vegetables within a couple months, but fruit presents a problem. Okay, I'll show you something. So see, this plant is bigger than these little plants that have sprouted. I don't know what these are, but today I was messing around with the garden for quite a while, and it impeded me from going to, I think those are squash, some of them, from going to the gym, because I went to the mountain by my house and I loaded about 6 loads of dirt into my backyard, which is the most hateable job ever. It's not quite done, and I thought it's done for today. So that is what I was doing. So it's like always preparing, because say if you eat your beef stew, which I'm going to in a minute, then you're down 1 can. So you don't really want to decrease your food storage. You always want to grow it. You want to make, you know, we had accumulation of money or food or whatever versus spending. Spending takes your money down, but at least you're accumulating something that's going to make it possible for you to go weeks to months to years without having to buy food. So that is why keep stockpiling, so that you're always growing your food, shunning fresh fruit and vegetable. I mean, don't we all know that's not a really good idea? When I was at the thrift store, I also got a decent pair of sunglasses because it's hot. It's starting to warm up. But I told you guys, never again are they going to get me wearing some stupid colors, some big prints. No. I am just going to some decent brown. I bought these pots because all my plants are growing like crazy. I bought one hamburger helper. I never tried this before, sweet barbecue, but it didn't have a very long expiration date, so I just bought one. I'm going to have that within the next couple days. And then I bought 2 of these. So, you know, food is expensive, but what we know is there's going to come the day, like today, where dinner has to happen every night. Or a lot of times I eat this stuff for lunch and you don't see me. Okay, I also made, where is it? A chocolate banana smoothie. And I got milk. This is tasty. I got milk at the food pantry. So I wanted to freeze it all to make sure nothing happened. So I have quite a bit of milk in my freezer. 1 banana, 2 packages of chocolate milk. Um, 1 cup milk and 3/4 cup yogurt. And I made a big batch of yogurt this week. So let me give you the recipe for the banana smoothie. That's why I'm always stockpiling those little packets of chocolate milk. Most of the time I just make hot chocolate, but a lot of times I put them in stuff. Okay, what did I have over here? All right, so now I want to mention when I went to the food pantry, I was trying to figure out what they were doing. It was milk, oatmeal or cereal, bread, cheese, eggs, peanut butter, fruit, and vegetables like potatoes, sweet potatoes, and carrots, beans, and lunch meat. So this gives you a good idea of what you're going to be eating if you go to the food pantry. It's not too bad if you already have food in your house. Okay, they're reporting scanty amounts of sardines, and those are a good thing to stockpile because if you have rice, then you can survive. Okay, 2 vital foods. I saw this lady, this older lady about my age, and she had one of those little carts that you bring to the store by yourself, and she had a big bag of rice and she had a big loaf of bread. And I thought, you know, those are 2 of your most vital foods, rice and bread, because if you have rice, you can get a little meat, you can get some vegetables, and you know, you can survive, or some beans, and then bread, you can make sandwiches. So 2 vital foods would be to stockpile. I stockpiled about, I don't know, 10 pounds, maybe 15 pounds of rice, and I have about 50 pounds of bread because rice is cheaper than bread, a lot cheaper. Like you can get by on 3 tablespoons of rice, but bread, and so I never used to pick bread over potatoes. I still don't. Potatoes or bread because I think it's more nutritious. Like, believe me, this bread and honey is going to be good. I mean, we fed the babies potatoes and gravy. Okay, rice is cheaper than wheat, potatoes, sweet potatoes, pasta, or oatmeal. So I want to go back to the sardines. Sardines have fallen out of favor with the public. Foods do that, you know. They'll just be this because people want fresh food, which is a good idea, but except for fruit and vegetables. But it's not that storable if the power goes out. So it's fallen out of favor with the public, the sardines. I don't like eating them that much, but I get the ones with either mustard or Louisiana hot sauce, or if I find them cheap. And you need fish. If you become amino acid deficient, I guarantee you will get good and sick, and you have to have malnutrition. and you have to have some nuts. That's why one month you saw me buying a bunch of peanuts, nuts, you know, like this month it was fruit. I don't eat much fruit, but you know, if something happens, you know. Okay, and the other thing that is worse is overfishing. So that's probably the real reason. More than, you know, more than anything is probably overfishing. They're overfishing everything. We should make sure we have tuna. Also, heirloom seeds have kind of fallen out of favor, which is really crazy. But what you want to do now is start harvesting your own seeds. I'll show you something, and planting them. And I can't believe this happened. I believe it. I'm going to show it to you right now. I am saving everything, and I just bury it, and it grows like crazy. As soon as this sprouts, I will bury it because it's past the due date of eating. This one, these grow big. Okay, what happened was something tore these up, but I think these are the frozen soybeans I planted. So I will save them, because don't think immature seeds don't sprout, because they do. And it's 2 mangoes and some squash, and I will plant those too. Today I had my hands full with the dirt. And these little plants here were very tiny last year, and I threw them in the corner. I dug them up and threw them in the corner, and they came back, so I kind of replanted them. So, heirloom seeds. Okay, today I had 3 egg whites, 4 sausage links, and 1 fry bread. So my fry bread was substantial. So back to fry bread, biscuits, and bread. So I finally found a really good biscuit recipe, and I think I'll make that tomorrow. And now this bread recipe couldn't be easier. All right, let's see. This other stuff we can do tomorrow. So be thinking about vital foods. I'd say potatoes and oatmeal would be vital. I'm going to cover the rest of the stuff tomorrow. Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all.